social media buzz, y'all. So I'm gonna send my prayers and my condolences out to this family. This is very heart-wrenching. So investigators say that Chad Doerman lined his sons up at their home and shot them with a rifle. So we're gonna see footage from that, and with him being arrested. We're gonna also see him casually turn over, ask, can he stand up like ain't nothing going on. We also gonna see the heart-wrenching cries of the mother in this video, asking why. At the end of the day, y'all, they kept him on a $20 million bond, and according to authorities, he had been planning this for months. Y'all, let's get into it. Here's a few 911 calls that came in.
911, where's your emergency?
There's a girl running down the street saying that her stepmother is killing everyone in her family. It's on the corner of where there's a body shop in the fire department. Do you know what road this is?
Okay, what's your name?
You're going to the fire department.
What's your name?
Do you know what road this is? Laura Lindell Road.
Said what?
It's Laura Lindell Road.
Okay, and what did the female say to you?
She says that her stepfather is killing everybody in her house. I did. I'm on the phone with them right now.
Did she say how or what was happening?
I asked her to get in the car with me, and she said she couldn't leave her family. But I think she ran to the fire department.
So she went to the fire station. What did she look like?
She's probably a young teenager, probably like 16 maybe, with long blonde hair. And she has a black dog.
Did she say anything about a baby?
I don't know about no baby. She said she just couldn't leave her family. But I see a car running around. I'm sorry?
Do you see anything from the house?
So I drove down the road a little bit, so I was afraid that I was going to get shot myself since I interacted with her face-to-face. So I'm just about, maybe 3 houses down. But she's, waiting at the corner. I don't know what she's doing, but I kind of still see her in the corner. But I saw a car kind of came around and whipped around, so I'm not exactly sure if that's him or if he's chasing her or not. I'm sorry?
What kind of vehicle was it?
I saw it. It was like a gray. Did you see that car whip around? It's one of the fire department guys.
Okay.
I think maybe a fire department guy. It was a regular kind of...
Are you inside where you're safe?
I'm standing outside where I can see the lady.
Okay.
I'm across the street at Lindell Automotive.
Can you tell how many people have been shot?
I think 2 children.
Okay. All right. What was your name, sir?
My name is...
What's your last name? All right. We've got help on the way. If you could just try to stay inside so that you're safe.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
So I'm going to send my prayers and my condolences out once again, y'all. And that 911 call that so many people made at that hour and in a minutes changed their life forever, y'all. Woo. Let's keep on going with this heart-wrenching story.
We know that one of the boys was able to flee into a field near the home. And again, we know from his admission, father hunted that boy down, drug him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses.
Number 7, he was a funny kid. He always liked to joke around, kind of like his older brother. He would always, give me dirty looks. We'd play little games.
Messing around like his big brother.
There would be times where, in the middle of the game, in between pitches, he'd pick up a little bit of dirt and throw it at the umpire. And I'd have to get on him and say, hey, pay attention. He'd just look up and give me this little smirk.
Dwayne Kuhn coached a 7-year-old for 3 years. Number 99.
I saw him in the future being a pitcher. Just his attitude and his tenacity out there on the field.
Striking out his competitors, like his big sister.
It's really cool to watch someone that has the drive to want to continue to pitch.
Carrie Lally has coached the Doerman boys' big sister for 7 years. As hard as the past few days have been, the boys' sister has found the strength to return to the circle.
Or last week of softball.
Now, y'all, this is a very deep story. We actually don't know what was going on in this home. But for them to set the bond so high, his family had to be able to afford a bond. Now, the black spot is the mom over there laying in the ground just yelling, "They dead, aren't they? They dead, aren't they?" Now, I couldn't even imagine what kind of hate went through him to want to take the life of his own children, because that wasn't no justification. That's not going to make anybody's life better, and it most definitely not going to make his. So let's get into the rest of this story, y'all, on social media buzz.
Man, I'm trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober.
63, 21. Get the EMS over here.
Well, I'm just going to flip, but I'm a big person now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you.
63.
Get your butt inside. Gallon, get your butt inside.
We on primary?
Now.
29, we got 3 cases down.
Gallon.
63, we're 21. Have EMS respond over here.
Thank you.
So this is just a little bit about the death penalty in Ohio, because I know that they are seeking the death penalty. The prosecutor, like I said that he deserves nothing less, basically. They are, hold on, it says,
What are you doing?
their goal is to have this man executed. He said, "I can only imagine the terror these little boys felt and experienced as their father, their protector, was murdering them. Unfortunately, their mother saw this. You can imagine the immense trauma and terror that she experienced, and we will do the utmost in my office to see this defendant never sees the light of day again." And so...
Contestant, travel tip. If you've maybe killed your husband, you may not want to come back to the United States. And then finally, our dumb criminal of the day involves Florida Man beer, brewed with nearly criminal amount of hops and a moderate bitterness that just about matches Florida Man's general disposition. He was angry every day. There wasn't a day he didn't yell at his wife and kids out there, adding that the accused had a bad temper, and he used to yell all the time and treated his wife like crap. Doerman's father expressed that he was still trying to comprehend how his son could have committed the crimes, and he said that he and his wife had no answers to the brutality that his son engaged in, and thinks that he snapped. Now, the communication center had only dispatched the police to the Doerman home 3 times since 2020. One of those times was when the 3 boys were shot last week, and court records show only traffic violations, except for a damaging the property criminal complaint when Mr. Doerman was only 18 years old. There was also a domestic violence case 2 years later that showed that he choked his dad. Both of those cases were ultimately dismissed. Now, Doerman certainly appeared to be like many other dads on his Facebook page, and he had just recently posted a picture of him and his kids just days before the shooting. Now, the Claremont County Child Protective Services was asked to see if there was any referrals, requests, complaints, or calls where Chad Doerman was involved or anything at his address. And no current documents show that the police arrested Doerman or even had to put a 72-hour psych hold on him over the years. So mental health doesn't appear to be obvious right now. And there's also no evidence that we've seen that there were financial issues. So why did he take his own life? Well, the police...
Because he was a coward and he was spoiled. And he thought Daddy was going to be able to get him out this time. So his father asking everybody to please leave his son alone. He snapped. You know, good luck with that, Dad. Social media buzz, prayers and condolences going out to the mom and her family.
That's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing.